Hi, this is Sue, and I'd like to give you an overview of what is contained in the module or the audio file labeled Accidents and Emergencies, just so you get an idea of what's in it. It's about an hour and 10 minutes in length because there's so much information. It is contained in a book that was written by Dr. Mazem Panos. You can buy the book, you can learn from the book, but what I have done with the audio program is I have incorporated more information. I have included much more information than was written in the book. The book was published in 1980, and I just felt that there was other things that needed to be addressed that have happened since the book was originally published. So let's talk about what is actually in Accidents and Emergencies. It includes what to do for physical shock, what to do for emotional shock, what to do for strains and sprains, what kind of remedies you're going to need for these incidences, burns, sunburns, electrical shock, that kind of a burn from an electrical source, if you will, insects, insect bites, insect stings, including scorpions and things that you don't necessarily think about in, say, the upper portion of the United States, but people who live in like Arizona, even in Texas, they see scorpions, and that is a sting or a bite that they need to consider. How do they handle it? What do they give themselves? Something for bleeding. How do you care for a wound? What is it that you're going to use on a wound, and how are you going to do this? Nurses know how, and if you've taken a first aid course, then you're going to be taught how, but this will give you the remedies to add to that first aid course so that it broadens what that first aid course gave you and makes it much more relevant, much more effective, if you will. Head injuries. Especially head injuries. Head injuries were not something that Dr. Panos saw a lot of, but we have seen more and more kids on the football field, the soccer field. They're coming in with head injuries to their physicians, and allopathic docs don't know what to do other than say, you have a concussion, you need to go home, you need to be awakened every hour. Well, homeopathy has a totally different way to handle those kinds of problems, because there are symptoms that people who've had head injuries, be it your teenager on the football field or your husband who happened to get hit by a falling something in the garage, or, what have you. These are the kinds of things that you might see, and these are the ways to handle them. Rather than waking somebody up every hour for 24 hours, give them the appropriate remedy. Give them the remedy that closely matches the symptoms that they are displaying. Arnica's lovely. Arnica's fantastic. And I want to tell you, if you're going to use arnica, that's great. But there may be another remedy for that head injury that most closely matches the symptoms that are being displayed. Arnica is wonderful, but people don't always respond to arnica. It's not a one-size-fits-all. Clothes. One size fits all. Oh, right. Sure. If you're a size 2, a one size fits all makes you look like you're swimming. One size does not fit all. One remedy does not fit every person on this planet. Some people respond to arnica, some don't. And when they don't respond to arnica, try something called Bellis. Bellis, perennis, Perennis. You can find it in most health food stores, but that's your second go-to for physical shock, for some kind of blunt force trauma. These are the subjects and the subject matter that's covered in the audio file that is labeled Accidents and Emergencies. Hopefully, you'll find exactly what you need in it, and it will be something that you use again and again and again and again. If you have any questions, be sure and come on the Zoom meetings on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific time and ask them. They're always open to anyone in the public. It's not just if you bought the audios, but if you're interested in learning more about homeopathy. I'm interested in speaking to anyone who's interested in learning more about homeopathy. Hopefully this will give you a nice taste of what's in that particular audio, and you will know whether you want to buy it or not.